ministers, various ministries across Delhi, state government and the centre keep passing the buck on why Delhi is once again this polluted. Why is that, even if tomorrow, and they're just giving out some figures there. All of you out there in Delhi preparing for the half marathon, well, mind you, you're going to run that half marathon, you're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of toxic ash to your lungs. So with all of this floating about, both the centre and the state busy passing the buck, saying that, or pushing files, which what we do know about the issue where the air quality is concerned. But in a knee-jerk reaction now, what has come to be, Delhi government today, the Transport Minister, Krishna Gehlot, came out making an announcement that the odd and even plan will once again be implemented in the national capital. To give you a ballpark figure, pollution levels, about 20% of traffic in terms of the vehicular traffic is responsible for the peak in pollution levels. So there is a full plan of bringing back the odd and even, the modalities of which will be exactly what we saw in 2015, where women would be allowed, two-wheelers are allowed, CNG vehicles are allowed. How much that will help, nobody quite knows. Will it actually help bring down pollution levels? Well, we'll see in the week to come, because it was going to be implemented this coming week from the 13th to 17th of November. Let's listen in to the Delhi Transport Minister.
As of now, 13th to 17th November odd even lagu rahega, and I'm appealing to all residents that they cooperate in this hour of crisis, and I'm also requesting and appealing all the agencies which will be involved in rolling out this odd even, and the enforcement agencies including Delhi Police, that they cooperate to their best.
All right, so what will be the modalities of the third time of the odd and even? We'd seen it before. Delhi was divided whether or not to have it, but I think today us Delhiites would do anything that we can to help us from this thick, toxic, the air around us, what our city now becoming a gas chamber. Connecting to Poulomi Saha, joining me right now with the very latest in terms of the modalities of this new odd and even plan. Poulomi, would you give us details on from the 13th till the 17th? What are we expecting? What are the rules this time around?
Well, the rules are the same exactly as they were the last 2 times when the Delhi government implemented the odd and even formula. So they stay the same. Two-wheelers and women drivers will be exempted from this process, which will be executed between November 13th and 17th. Everyone else will have to fall in line. So you take your vehicle out on a specific day. If it's even number day, then if your vehicle ends with any of the even numbers, then you start your vehicle and you can bring it on the roads, but otherwise you have to keep it back. Otherwise, if you do try and break the rules, there will be a penalty to pay. Civil volunteers will be out in the streets, close to 5,000 of those from the Delhi government, who will be monitoring this exercise. They will be, of course, aiding the process as far as traffic cops are concerned. So traffic will be managed accordingly. How much of an impact this will have on the ground in terms of curtailing air pollution, bringing down those PM 2.5 and PM 10 levels, we don't know as of now, because as far as vehicular pollution is concerned, Preeti, that just comprises for about 20% of the air pollution, and that 20%, within that 20%, much of it is owing to heavy vehicles. You and I are not driving heavy vehicles. It's those trucks and those other vehicles that need to be in a sense curtailed, and their movement needs to be curtailed. Yesterday already the order came in from the NGT, but on the ground itself we saw no enforcement of that order. Trucks were plying between Delhi and the neighbouring regions past midnight. We have reports of the same as well. So the enforcement is not happening on the ground, and odd and even being implemented for only 5 days, that's not going to have a major impact, but yes, a small gesture in the right direction. Now, of course, we're waiting for the Union Environment Ministry to sit down with officials and the chief secretaries of Delhi.
We are desperate. We'll do anything. And I would reckon this time around, we'd all be on the same page, where Delhiites have been divided on it, and this time around we will not be divided on it. A quick question, Polo, before I let you go. You know, breathing here at Akshardham, like we said, yes, 2 days ago, is like breathing through a wet, heavy blanket. Do you have a mask on today? And you're at Vijay Chowk. How is it there?
Yes, I do have a mask on. I have very little choice as far as this is concerned, Preeti, because I've been standing over here for the past couple of days reporting on the same, and I've had watery eyes. I always believed that my immunity levels are extremely high, but I couldn't believe it yesterday. As soon as I stepped out of my car, my eyes were watering. I felt like my throat was itching. I felt like I was having coughing bouts as well, which I was. And then, of course, it felt like, I need to get hold of a mask immediately, because I'm no longer immune, and I might not be suffering from any ailment like bronchitis or asthma, which definitely aggravates at this point of time, but I could develop a problem and an ailment for the future if I do not take precautionary measures right now.
Well, that's what it is. That's what we're doing. Everybody out there in Delhi, get yourself one of this. It'll possibly, maybe, not to stretch it by saving your life, but you'd possibly save yourself all of this that comes along with this toxic gas chamber that we're trapped in. Something that the Chief Minister also called his own state about 3 days ago. Since then, a massive blame game on between the centre, the state, and of course the other states like Punjab, because as per the Delhi government, it's all coming in from the stubble burning there. Let's look at how today the Delhi government went about crisis management.
Delhi is struggling to breathe. For the third day, the capital remained choked by a thick blanket of chemical smog. The Delhi government, after blaming the centre and neighbouring states, brought out the third phase of odd-even vehicle curbs.
As of now, 13th to 17th November, odd-even lagu rahega, and I'm appealing to all residents that they cooperate in this hour of crisis.
Trucks, barring those with essential goods, and all construction activities have been barred in the capital, but implementation on ground remains a major problem. The Aam Aadmi Party government is proposing sprinkling of water using helicopters. CM Kejriwal wrote to the Modi government saying that the method will help control the dust pollution. And now the centre is coming round to back the move after initially staying non-committal.
जब ये पोल्यूशन होता है तो आर्टिफिशियल विमानों से बारिश की जाए। मैं कोई टेक्निकल ये नहीं हूँ, पर ये मुझे लगता है कि ऐसे कोई सुझाव का विचार करने के लिए एक अच्छी एक्सपर्ट टीम को जिम्मेदारी देकर इसका अध्ययन करके इसके उपाय ढूंढने चाहिए।
The Delhi High Court has asked the government to seriously consider cloud seeding or inducing rains by artificial means. The National Green Court, on its part, has put its weight behind water sprinkling via choppers to settle the high particulate matter level. Will our politicians bury the hatchet and let Delhi breathe easy? Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so while I'm standing at Akshardham flyover, let's cut across to the Tony Khan market, where I'm joined by my colleague Moshmi. Moshmi, the pollution in the city is the biggest leveler. No matter where you come from, no matter what part of the city you're in, no matter what class divide you're at, you're suffering just the same. Okay, so I believe we're having an audio problem with Moshmi. We're going to try and connect to Moshmi in just a short while. She's joining us from Khan Market. But a lot that is going on right now in the terms of the peaking pollution levels, where the PM 2.5 particulate has reached hazardous levels as we speak. A lot of that, as per the Delhi government, is coming in all the way from Punjab. The stubble burning, where the crops were concerned, that our farmers are doing right now, is one of the main reasons. We're going to get you that story, but I believe we are connected back with Moshmi. So let me just go back to Maushmi. Maushmi, you know what I was saying is, you're joining me from the Tony Khan market, and pollution has come to be the biggest leveler. No matter where you come from, what part of city you're in, you're suffering just as much.
That's right, Preeti. We are in Khan Market, and you know there are people who are moving around with masks. There are people who are standing here outside shops. There are 4 shops of chemist shops here, but 3 of them have run out of masks. Only one shop there has a long queue for people to buy masks. We are joined by a youngster, and we'll ask her how troublesome it is for you to actually work out, come out outdoors and you know move in this air.
I don't actually belong to Delhi. I live in Jharkhand and I've come to study here, and I can see the difference. There's a hell lot of difference over here, and moreover when I go to the college, because I have to face so much of difficulty, there's so much smog, I get late while reaching to the college.
Right.
Yeah, and there are not everything. It's not possible every time to put up a mask and move around, because in college you have a lot of things to do about.
Yes.
So it is really very frustrating.
In fact, there was a contemplation. The DU president had written to the management about shutting down colleges as well. Do you think that's a good idea? The management should think about closing colleges till the pollution levels don't come down.
I don't think that's a really good idea, because we have our exams also coming up and we need to prepare, and this is not the solution, to shut down the colleges for a short term. They need to look after something which will last for a long time.
We are also joined by Shobha Ojha, who is a congresswoman, and we'll take a quick reaction, ma'am. Odd and even pressed into action. Now, apparently, the government seems to be working in coordination with the centre.
See, this is a very temporary option, but the government high time looks for a permanent solution for smog and pollution levels. It is really, the government is pushing the people into a gas chamber, and it is literally challenging the right of every citizen to live. So the government, whether it's the central government or the state government, Delhi, needs to come out with permanent solutions.
All right. So there you are, Preeti. Even as politicians play tit for tat, here the citizens are feeling that there needs to be a desperate step taken to curb pollution levels in Delhi.
Thanks, Maushmi, for joining us and all those reactions there, because ultimately everybody is looking at the government, at what's going on. The government, the Delhi government says it's all coming in from Punjab and Haryana because of the stubble burning there. We're going to get to that story next. Stay with us.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.